All right, Shalom. Shalom, giving all praise, glory, and honors unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakah Pradash. Double honors to the apostles, elder bishops of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the 144,000, the rest of the hopeful elect out there that believe in His truth. This is your brother, the priest Zion from GMS Atlanta, back with another edifying video. And just when you thought it was safe to go to the store, hey, no EBT, so no EAT. No EBT, so no EAT. So let's check this out. This is breaking news as of the day, right? Let's see. This is from 11 and Live News. And it says here, Trump suggests he won't fund SNAP benefits partially, says payments will wait until shutdown ends. So it's looking like them SNAP benefits, the EBT, ain't coming. Not even the partial benefits, the half that they was going to give out. Okay, so this is from today's date, November 4th, 2025. And it says the move comes one day after the USDA announced it would partially fund November SNAP benefits. So, hey, like I said previously in the video, what I did yesterday, man, they playing mind games, man. All right? These people are playing mind games with, you Americans out there, all right, that trust in this system. Especially so-called blacks and Hispanics. Y'all been trusting in America and thinking that everything is all good. It's not, man, okay? And all the evil times that the Israelites have been prophesying about is now coming to pass. Okay, Bible prophecy is being, and we're just the messengers, okay? We're just the ones that the Lord set up to say these things are going to happen before they happen. And as these events come to pass, we filter everything through the Bible so you can get a proper understanding. So it says President Donald Trump said Tuesday that Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program benefits, SNAP benefits, will not be distributed until Congress ends the federal government shutdown. A reversal from his administration's announcement just one day earlier, stating that it would partially fund the program for November. Okay, so that's really pretty much all I need to say. I mean, you can read more, or you can go in on this article yourself, or you can just look at the news, This is current news events that's taking place, all right? But, hey, it's a tragic end, to the relationship between you Israelites here in America and your oppressors, okay? So let's go into the Bible. Let's go into these biblical prophecies, okay? Let's go to you know what? I wanted to bring this out in the last video. Revelation, the 12th chapter. Okay, Revelation's coming to pass. And we understand Revelation. We're not like these Christian pastors in these churches that think God himself was going to come down and reveal it to that one pastor and then all you Christians get it. No. The prophets are already in the earth, and we're going to break this down to you the correct way. All right? Have no fear. Okay, you're going to get the understanding of these prophecies. So this is Revelation chapter 12. And let me start at 1. And I went into this before. It says, "And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars." This woman is representative of Israel, and the 12 stars represents the 12 tribes, because eventually the 12 tribes will rule, and that's what the crown represents. All right, the Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel, will rule on the planet Earth. All right, let me just go to I believe it's Jeremiah, the 6th chapter, just to show you that the woman is a metaphor for the Israelites, right? So this is Jeremiah 6:2. It says, "I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman." All right, Zion is another name for Israel. You know, just like, and this is how you know that our people, so-called blacks, Native Americans, we talk that hip talk, that jive talk, that slang. We got all kind of different nicknames and names for each other. But the Heavenly Father, He does the same thing, because we are representative of His Spirit, right? We're made in His image. So just as He has different names and nicknames and titles, and He gives the Israelites different nicknames and titles and things, that's how we speak to each other, even today. So the daughter of Zion is Israel, right? It's likened to a woman. So this woman, right? This woman was set up to be nourished for a certain time. But then it's going to, that time of nourishment will be taken away. So Revelation 12:14, it says, "And to the woman, which is the nation of Israel, the daughter of Zion, were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness." Now, the Israelites had to flee in 70 AD out of Jerusalem. All right, and they fled into what is West Africa. All right, some of them did go into Europe and Asia, but the majority of them went into West Africa, which during the time of the transatlantic slave trade, the Israelites were transported in ships into America, which is spiritual Egypt all over again. Okay? That she might fly into the wilderness, into her place. That place is America, where she is nourished for a time and times and half a time. That time represents 100 years times, right? You get 2 more times, that's 200 years, right? So you got 300 years and half a time, 50 years, 350 years. So from 1600s to what, 1900s? All right? You got 1619 to 1969. That was when the truth of the awakening of the 12 tribes of Israel started to be pushed in the earth, first out of New York, then it spread to cities like Chicago, LA, even here down south, Atlanta, Florida, Texas, and then all over the planet. The Hebrew Israelites are waking up, to the point that these celebrities are even acknowledging, whether it's mockery or not, it's still pushing this truth out there. So the great awakening is taking place. So the Israelites were set up to come into America through Bible prophecy, right? It says, "Where she is nourished for a time and times and half a time from the face of the serpent." But now that nourishment, right, is up. Okay? The time for that nourishment is up. Now the dragon, the great serpent, the devil, which is representative of these so-called white people that go back to the line of Esau or Edom, now they're about to show their horns, show you that they're the devil. As a matter of fact, Revelation 12:16, "And the earth helped the woman, And the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood, which the dragon cast out of his mouth. And the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed. And we are at war. I just put the video up. We're at war with the Edomites, pretty much. They're trying to break us up as a people. You know, the so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American Indians. They're trying to break us apart from being together and waking up to this truth. But hey, it's already out there. Okay. It says, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of God and have the testimony of, it says Jesus Christ, but we know that his true name is Yahweh Shai. All right, the deliverer. He is the deliverer. Okay? And that's the only way we're going to truly be set up to live in peace. We're not going to get no peace in these times. Okay? So these SNAP benefits, the nourishment that our people have been getting is coming to an end. And it's Bible prophecy. Let me go to the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter. Matthew 24. Because it speaks about food shortages and famines. Let me read this in the Amplified Bible so you can get a better clarification. So this is Matthew chapter 24. Let me see here. And verse... I'll start at verse 6, right? Let me see if I can get this in the red letters. Okay, yeah, verse 6. So this is the Lord himself speaking. You will continually hear of wars and rumors of wars. And we're definitely seeing that. The war in between Russia and Ukraine, the war between Israel and Hamas and Gaza, what's happening down there between the U.S. and Venezuela and those South American countries right now. You got wars and rumors of wars. It says, see that you are not frightened, for these things must take place, but this is not yet the end of the age. All right? This is the age of Esau. We're waiting for the age of Jacob or the Israelites to come. So first, this rulership, this age has to come to an end. And then the next age, which is the kingdom of heaven, will be established in the earth. Verse 7, for nation will rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. And there will be famines and earthquakes in various places. When you're not able to buy food or go to the grocery store, that is a shortage. That's a famine. And then as they start to mobilize National Guard troops and other forces, you know, there's talks about rationing out certain food and you know, you got to go to these food banks and things and stand in all these lines. That's a famine because there's not enough to go around. There's not enough money. So this lines up with this prophecy here. This is what we're seeing happening now. Okay, verse 8. But all these things are merely the beginning of birth pangs. What does it say? The beginning. This is just a beginning of the intolerable anguish and the time of unprecedented trouble. And we've been speaking about the time of Jacob's trouble for the longest now. The last few weeks, few months. Okay? That's why believing in this truth now is important. Because when the time comes and you don't see us making these videos or you don't see the Israelites on the street corners and brothers out there prophesying, especially the men of Great Millstone, GMS, when we're not out there teaching, then you know that, you know, pretty much things are coming to an end for this world. You're either of the elect or you're not. So it's best to get this gospel now. Okay? Let me see what it says in Luke, the 21st chapter. Luke chapter 21. Same thing, and to get it in the red letter so you know this is the Lord speaking here. This is Luke chapter 21. Yeah, I'll just read verse 11. There will be violent earthquakes in various places, famines, and deadly and devastating pestilences, plagues, epidemics, right? And we're still seeing people get sick, and even from other, various illnesses, plus what happened in 2020. And there will be terrible sights and great signs from heavens. So this is all the Spirit of the Lord in the earth. Okay, let's look up that word for famines. Okay, and this is how you get a better understanding of the Bible. So when you look up this word for famine, it's a Greek word, which is limos. Okay.
Strong's G 3042. Limas. Limas.
Okay, limas. And it says here, okay, there's a root word which says through the idea of destitution. When you're not getting these food benefits and this EBT, and you don't have enough groceries and enough money, that you're pretty much destitute. Okay, so that's what this is talking about. What does it say? Scarcity of harvest, famine. Yeah, you're not getting enough food. And this is happening in more ways than just not getting your SNAP or EBT benefits. Okay? And so this is just the beginning of the troubles to come. So pray that you're of the elect of the Israelites. If you're waking up to this truth, then that's good. Then you can learn and, hopefully the Lord has mercy upon you. Okay? And by the way, this truth, this gospel is only for the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which are the Israelites. All right? That's who the Lord came for. Let me just read. Let's go to just Matthew, the first chapter, and 21. This is going to be real easy that you should be able to get. Matthew 1 and 21. It says, she will give birth to a son, and you shall name him Yahushua, which it says the Lord is salvation, which actually means he is salvation, or he will bring deliverance. That's the Hebrew. For he, that's why it says he will save. That's what it means. He saves or he delivers. For he will save his people from their sins. So that's how we know that the Messiah is coming back for the Israelites, because the Lord, the Messiah, he was an Israelite. That's his people. So, I hope this lesson was edifying. Hey, like I just said, man, it's only really beginning. So pray you're of the elect of the Israelites. All right? Hey, no SNAP, no EBT, no EAT. Hey, with that, I hope this lesson was edifying. Peace and shalom to the brothers and sisters that believe, to the hopeful elect out there. May the Lord be with you. Shalom.